What's going on, guys? This is a MacBook Air 2015 model. Not exactly sure what. Okay, early 2015 model with 1.6 gigahertz Intel Core i5, 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, and I think that's about it. The graphics are just integrated into the CPU, so it's really nothing special there. But basically, today, macOS Mojave came out, which is the new version of macOS, which means that we are completed. We have all of the new Apple software for the fall of this year. It's kind of weird that macOS Mojave came out like a year later, or not a year later, a month later than watchOS 5 and iOS 12, but you know, whatever. So right now we still have High Sierra, so we're going to go onto the App Store because this is a weird concept, but for some reason you download software updates from the App Store. And here it is, right at the front of the App Store, macOS Mojave, right there for us. We're going to click on that because we can. And here we are. It talks about the new features. There's the new dark mode, which is what I'm probably most excited for. That's kind of the new thing here. There's dynamic desktops, and there's organization for folders, which is good because my desktop could get pretty dang messy. There's also a new utility specifically for taking screenshots and screen recordings, which is awesome because that's something I do a lot with video editing and stuff like that, thumbnail creation, that kind of thing. There's some changes to Finder, things like that. The continuity camera is something that I feel like will either work really well or suck. We'll see which one. Redesigned Mac App Store, which is good because this thing really needs a refresh. It really feels pretty old. That was one of the main things when I first got this computer, was I thought the Mac App Store was kind of old. And of course you got some apps like Voice Memos, Stocks, and Apple News, and Home from iOS making their way to macOS as well. You can see more details on Apple's website, but we can go ahead and start the install just to make sure this doesn't take too long. And it's about a 6 or 7 minute download here, so that's pretty dang good. I need to start an actual timer here. My Apple Watch went dead just a little while before making this video, so that's why we're using this watch. It's a little bit behind, but it's cool. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see this well on the camera, because basically right here where my mouse is, they've put the time remaining on the download in a like dark font, a tiny font that's hard to read anyway, but it's a dark font that really blends into the dark background here, which really makes no sense. I don't know why they did that, but you know, whatever. Alright, we're already down to 3 minutes, in case you can't read, which you probably can't because of the really weird font. That was a really weird decision. I don't know why they went with that. But down to 3 minutes after only about 5 minutes, so that's pretty cool. About a little past the halfway mark, so it looks like it's not going to pull an iOS and do the whole processing update thing. Alright, at our 9 minute mark, almost 10 minute mark, so a little more than 3 minutes. Estimation is not really accurate, but this is still blazing fast compared to iOS. But I think there's another installation here. So here it pulls up this little install macOS Mojave little window here. So we're going to hit continue, and we're agreeing to all that crap, because no one actually reads that anyway. We installed on the disk Macintosh HD. Great, because that's the only disk on here. I wonder if you could actually plug a external hard drive into one of these USB ports and then just download an operating system onto that. I don't know if you could. Accumulate other logged in users. Let's be logged out. So, yeah, I'm going to go log out all those darn users. Alright, so I didn't know the password because you have to have the password of every user to log every user out. So I basically just put in my administrator password to force override and just restart the computer anyways, and hopefully it'll come back on with everybody logged out. So that's kind of the hope there. Thumbs up. Love that noise. You know, the new MacBook Pros, they don't make that noise. That's kind of garbage. They should make that noise. But here we are anyways. It always likes to be really slow and crappy when we first log in here. Look at that trackpad reaction speed. Like, what the crap? Why are you being so weird? I'm going to click here. If any of you can figure out what my password was just by looking at my keystrokes there, I'd be very impressed. You can put it in the comments below. If any of you get it right, I'll just change it, so it's not really a big deal. I just want to know if anybody can figure it out. It is different from my other passwords, though. This is just the password to log into the computer. You're not going to be able to get into any of my other stuff with that. So, yeah. I kind of feel like I should show my face of me actually doing something here. But I don't know why, but Steam pulls up every time I log into this computer. I haven't even bought anything off Steam yet. I literally downloaded Steam just to look and see what was on Steam, and that was it. So we have the macOS Mojave installer on the status bar. It looks like we're going to have to do all this again. No, I agree. I definitely agree. Install. Apple recommends you plug in and connect a power adapter before installing. What's that? 85%. It should be fine. Alright, that should have been easier to see my keystrokes there. It's like the disk. I thought we already selected the disk. 84 gigabytes currently available. Stop telling me about a power source. Okay, it's installing to MacOS HD. That should take about 10 minutes. So we're at the 13-minute mark, and it changed its mind about 19 minutes. Let's say that by about 33 minutes, it should be done with this little installation here. We'll see how that ends up going. Alright, so that decided to finish really quick. We're only at 17 minutes on the timer, and it's already ready to restart and install, and it's going to do that automatically in a few seconds. But we're going to restart now. It may take more than one restart in order to install, so it's closing all applications, and we're preparing for the restart. Here we go. It dimmed a little bit. Not really sure what else is happening, but you know, we're ready to descend into update. Here we go. Moment of truth, guys. Does this work? It better work. Alright, we got a progress bar. Do you have a time estimation of any kind? I'm pressing keys. I'm clicking trackpad. Nope, no time estimation. I guess we just sitting here now. Alright, screen went great for a second, and we got a cursor for a second. I don't know what that was about. I just wanted to catch it on video, and I missed it, and then it went back to this again. I don't know. This is just weird. It's going kind of fast now, so that's a good thing, I guess. Alright, we do have a time estimation now of about 36 minutes remaining. Hopefully it ends up going a bit faster than that. Just FYI, this is what the screen will look like when it's recalculating, because it just decided to do that for some reason. I don't know. I guess it's confused. Alright, so the progress bar finished, and this thing went blank. So here we are. Ooh, they changed the font. Changed the font a little bit, and the icons on the bottom are a little bit different. Okay, so it just kicks me out if I hit cancel. So let's go to super fast keystrokes and see if you guys can guess that. I got it wrong. Got my own password wrong. Okay, so we get to choose our look, select a light or dark appearance, and see how the dock, menus, buttons, and windows adjust depending on which one you choose. You can change it later in system preferences. So this is going to be the new macOS Mojave dark mode here. So of course we're going to click that because that's new. Yes, that looks awesome. We're keeping it for sure. So here we're setting up the Mac. That looks like that's all we have to do, which is pretty good for an update this large. And we're in. Let's see what kind of random crap pops up. That's my email. Oh crap, wow, that's a lot of crap. Okay. Just gonna close out some random stuff we don't need. Blah, 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 wow. Hate every time I start my computer, I get blasted with stuff. Okay. Welcome to the Mac App Store, thank you. Powerful creativity and productivity tools live inside every Mac, yes. This is one thing I wanted to see when we got in here, the new Mac App Store. So we're continuing here. And here it is. So right at the front we have the new Discover tab. The tabs are along the side now instead of along the top. So that's kind of good. It's like the other apps in macOS have bars across the side. So here is some stuff. So yeah, it's kind of similar, but you can see it's kind of a blend of what the old Mac App Store was and what the iOS App Store is now. So that's kind of nice. No updates, all apps up to date. Ooh, develop. So you can find some coding things. Play. These would be your games, I assume. Yes, they are. Work. Create. That's kind of cool. What's under categories? Let's find out. Doesn't look like it wants to load. Oh crap, we just got stuck. How's my internet? Oh, I want the 5G. I want the 5G. Alright, cool. But anyways, that was that. What else is new? We have the new news app in Mojave, so I kind of want to see that. Welcome to Apple News. The best stories from the sources you love. Okay. It's been a long time since I've actually used the news app in my iPhone or iPad. I usually just Google News, so this is interesting. Kind of want to get back into this. There's a lot of stuff along the side I just kind of added as I went. I kind of want to eliminate all that and kind of start over. But you can click on certain things and just see news from that topic or from that channel, which is nice. You got this little sidebar on the side to make those selections. So overall, it's a really nice news app, I think. I like it a lot. That's pretty cool. Let's see what they changed in Finder. Alright. A little bit of graphical icon changes and a little bit of a, just a little bit of a tweak in the font across the entire interface. But yeah, cool. Looks pretty cool in black. iMovie. I wonder if iMovie goes white. Because in iOS, the clock app is black by default, but when you enable dark mode, it goes white. Okay, so they fixed that problem in macOS. They just can't fix it in iOS. Okay, another thing I want to see, if we go to System Preferences. Alright, so we have a new software update panel. So your software updates are now from settings instead of the Mac App Store, which makes a lot more sense. I totally understand why they did it that way, and I actually mentioned at the beginning of this video that it's kind of weird that it works from Mac App Store. Now it works from settings. Your Mac is up to date. MacOS Mojave 10.14, and it tells you when it's checked as well. I'm going to uncheck that because I'm going to want to make videos whenever there's something else going on. Okay, awesome. The other thing I wanted to see was under our desktop and screensaver, desktop. We have the two new dynamic desktops. Here's the one I'm using right now. It's the Sand Dunes. Basically, what's cool about the dynamic desktops is as you go from day to night on the actual clock, then the scene changes. So right now it's dark because it's nighttime right now, but if I was using this computer during the morning, you would see this image would turn light, and during sunrise you would actually see a sunrise, and at sunset you'd actually see a sunset, which is amazing. I really like it. Unfortunately, there's only two included ones. The other one's this one. This one's more boring. This is kind of, if you don't want an image in the background, this just kind of fades from like a lighter color to a darker color. I wish they had some other dynamic desktops available rather than just, this one. But here's the non-dynamic desktops. Here's what this one would look like during the day. Here. Yep. It's just labeled Mojave Day, Mojave Night. There's a bunch of new desktops in here. Here's Desert 1, Desert 2, Desert 3, which looks a lot like Desert 1, Desert 4. macOS really likes its deserts now. Desert 5, Desert 6. What is up with the deserts? Jeez. Desert 7. 7 freaking desert. Okay, we're back to High Sierra. Alright, that's good. They changed a lot of the other desktops as well. Unfortunately, they took out one of my favorites. Aw. Don't know why they did that. But yeah, there's some new abstract things, some new flowers in the dark. Yeah, a lot of them are still here. Most desktops are still here. It's just the one or two that I really liked that are gone, of course. Of course, that's how it works. Okay. So, I think that's about it. Let's have the Launchpad and see those other new apps that we should have just gotten installed here. Stocks Voice Memos Home, not really anything I'll ever use, but they're here now. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and I just want to see this here. Yes, macOS Mojave. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry that you never get to see my face in this video, but it's cool. This is macOS Mojave running on my MacBook Air. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think about macOS Mojave. If you've downloaded it thus far. If not, go ahead and download it and then let me know what your thoughts are on it. And let me know what kind of features you'd like to see in the next macOS update. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.